Hey, what's up guys? My name is Cherno and welcome to episode 123 of Game Programming. So, minutes earlier, I recorded episode 122. As you can literally quite see, minutes have passed. And as soon as I finished recording that and I set up some editing and whatnot, I realized that, hang on, the reason we were probably getting a class cast exception with everything else was because the format wasn't actually an integer. Okay, so this format you can see we set up with int, which is why obviously casting this to a data buffer int probably makes sense. However, the image that we loaded must not have been that format. So just to ease my curiosity, I'm going to go ahead and print the type of the image and see that it's type 6, whatever the hell that means. So let's go into buffered image and see what the types are. So where are these defined? So 6 is actually... So it's a 4-byte ABGR, okay? So that is why it didn't work out. So it looks like it's, what does it say? The byte array is interleaved in a single byte array. Okay, so it's just a byte array ABGR, which means that it's going to be a byte array that's 4 times as large as the amount of pixels, and it's just going to be, the first byte is going to be A, so index 0 will be A, then index 1 will be R, and then, or BGR it looks like, so B, then G, then R, okay? And that's all. Interleaved just means that it's kind of... interleaved. It's hard to say. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, excuse me. So it just means that if we want to access a particular int, it'll be a particular channel of color. First of all, we don't have to split them up using anding essentially, or masking. We could just grab it using I guess we can just grab it using just the, byte array indices, and that's it. So, one thing I want to focus on today, the next big thing we'll be doing is actually creating a minimap, and I want to save that for next time because there's a few things I want to do here, and I don't want to, I don't want to shove everything into one episode like I did last time. So, we've got some buttons. There are a few things that are wrong. First of all, you can see that we shoot even if we click on these buttons. That's a bit annoying. I want to fix that. But then the other thing I want to fix is actually this, right? I don't want to have this here, but I do want a nice, easy way to brighten something. So I'm going to introduce something in Util called image utils, okay? And these things are going to be stuff like, I want to increase the brightness of an image of mine, okay? And it will return a new image. So public, this will be a static class, so we'll go ahead and we'll actually create a private constructor just so no one is tempted to make instances of this class ever. And then we'll go ahead and excuse me, and we'll say something like public static buffered image. What's a good name for this? Change brightness. Why not? So we'll take in a buffered image original, and then so this will actually creates a new image. This will actually create a new image, and then we'll say int amount. Okay, and then this will basically do kind of what we did here, except we'll clean up the code a lot. So if I come over here and I grab pretty much all of this, let's just cut that, and we'll paste it here for now. So this is going to be the result. We should have another version of this that doesn't actually that actually modifies the existing one instead of having to create another one, but I guess that's okay. We will actually take in an array of pixels. The reason is that there are so many different types, and I don't want to have to deal with the type of the image and then figure out how to put that into that. It's just a mess, so we won't do that here. We will have a result though, and I guess if we do that, then we need width and height. Okay, we'll make this work with just default images, I think, because it's already getting a bit messy. So we'll have the original get width and get height over here, and then we'll make the new one in the format ARGB. Okay, but as you can see, it's int. So over here, we'll cast now the old one again. It was a data buffer int, but that's not what we want anymore. What we want instead is something in the image package. So I was hoping to see what was in there because I don't know everything. Maybe this will list the available ones. Nope. Looks like Google it is. So java.ort.image, right? Was that, is this where this is? Yes, it is. So let's take a look at this. Data buffer byte is probably what it's going to be. I mean, I imagine. I was wondering if there was a special one for the interleaved kind of bivariant, but I guess it's not. So we'll go ahead and cast that to that. And then we will obviously change this to be a byte array. And it's still sad. Okay, let's import that, and it should be good now. Yeah. So we don't need to do any of this anymore. So we've got the pixels. These are the original pixels, right? So what we'll do is we'll brighten it by a set amount. Now, what we don't have that we should have is a math utils class. I'm sure we had something like this, but looks like we don't. Again, this will be, we're getting a lot of stuff done. This will be, again, a static kind of deal. And the reason I'm doing this is I literally just want a clamp thing, and that's it. Okay, so basically we have a value and we want to clamp it between a minimum and maximum. So we're basically saying that if the value is less than minimum, then just return minimum. If the value is greater than maximum, return maximum. Okay, so it makes sure that the value that we feed into this will never be between, will always be between minimum and maximum and never outside that. So basically all we have to do is we have to say that if value is less than minimum, then we return minimum. Otherwise, if value is greater than maximum, we return maximum. Otherwise, we return value. All right. I could have probably written this as some kind of inline weird thing. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. And in fact, since we are here, I will actually make a public static int min. So this will just return whichever one is smaller. So if value is less than min, whichever one is, so we'll return min, otherwise it will return value. Okay, so all this means is that if value is less than minimum, then we'll return minimum, okay, because we don't want it to go beneath the minimum. Otherwise we'll return value, and we'll do the same thing for max. And these are just some nice little methods to have as we start working with clamped values and whatnot. Value greater than max, then we'll return max, otherwise value. Okay, so we've got some nice math details. The reason I did that is because of something I'm about to show you. Now, original dot get height, get width, and then pixels, and then original dot get width. Okay, so we've got these, we've separated the channels. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to say that R is going to equal math utils. In fact, I don't want to write math utils every time, so I'm going to import it statically. So if you type in import static, and then, what was it? com.cherno.rain.util.mathutils.asterisk, it'll basically import every static method as if it was kind of in this class. Or in this namespace. So what that means is that I can just basically call clamp instead of having to do mathutils.clamp. So it's quite nice. But basically all I'm going to do is it's going to be r plus amount. So you can feed in a negative amount, but I'm going to clamp that between 0 and 255. Okay? Simple as that. And I'm basically going to repeat that for the other ones as well. So you can see how easy it is. It makes sure that it basically just lets us not have a bunch of if statements in here, which would make everything really messy. So that's nice. Now the result pixels, okay, result pixels will be kind of the same deal, except it looks like we're going to be using integers, so it'll be a data buffer int, okay, and this will be result dot get raster dot get data buffer, and we'll have to change that to be int. Okay, all good. And then we'll set the result pixels to this, and you can see that we can kind of keep exactly the same deal that we had before. And then we'll return our result. Okay, so that should work. Again, I haven't written this code and tried it out, so I don't know if this will work. That's just what game programming is about, unfortunately. Maybe fortunately, because I guess you guys get to see me debug it. But I just don't have the time, obviously, to to not do that. Okay, so image hover is now going to be image utils dot change brightness. You know what I'll do? I'll rename this to like create brighter or something, or create. Oh, I don't even know. I was going to say create brighter, but you can make it darker. So anyway, so original is image and amount. We'll say 100, which is what we had before. So it should look the same, hopefully, and not crash. So we'll see what happens. Whoa, that did not work. Oh, of course it didn't work properly. What was I thinking? So this is different. Okay, we can't actually do this now. What we have to do is this assembly that we have here. I'm not sure why I just ignored that. I kind of just forgot. This assembly here isn't actually this. Okay, so int, we'll have to, we can do this in a bunch of different ways, but we'll have some offset here. And basically R is just going to be, oh, it's really annoying actually, because it's a byte, and bytes are just terrible in Java. Maybe we can cast it to an int and it'll work. It probably won't. Oh, I hate this. Bytes in Java are worse. Are the worst because they're signed. They're not unsigned. Oh, okay. Let's just see what happens. So basically, this will be pixels. So we don't need this anymore. So pixels. We'll have to get all of them as well. Pixels, basically offset plus plus is what they'll be. So this will be the alpha channel. So BGR seems to be the pro strategy, and it's literally just this. Okay. Oh, how did that happen? Oh, I must have hit control, of course. And it's just going to be that, right? And then we can clamp them. Hopefully, this actually converts them into integers. I really hope it will. We can clamp them between the values that we need, and then we can pop in a back in, okay? And maybe that'll work, hopefully. Please work. Oh, it made it darker. No, that didn't work. Almost worked. I mean, you know, it didn't, but it almost worked. So now I'm going to open my browser and type in Java byte to int. This is what I'm looking at. I'm not gonna hide this from you guys. Oh, really? You can just do int value. Wow, who knew it would be so easy? I hope this is the solution. I'm kind of just looking at the first thing I see. So we'll do this. New byte. You can see why Java might be slow, because you need to create an object to convert it to an integer. To unsigned int. That works for me. Is that a static? Yeah, it's gotta be static. Byte dot to unsigned int. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Wait, what else do they have there? To unsigned, yeah, long. Okay. Hopefully this works the way I want it to. Guessing that returns an int. Yep. Maybe this isn't so bad after all. Who knows? Maybe it's not so bad. Well. Okay, please work. Yay! Okay, it's not so bad. I swear, maybe they added this. No, they didn't. It's apparently that's from 2012 at least. So anyway, yay! Look at that, it works. So now what we can do is we can go into our player, and we can actually increase or decrease the brightness. Let's try put it to like negative like 50 or something, right? You can see that darkens it now. Yeah, pretty cool. So you can change any image now. Okay, it's pretty cool. It's pretty powerful. You can literally change any image. So yeah, so it's pretty damn awesome. What was I going to say? Yeah, so that will create a new one. So change brightness will return. I'll just make a little Java doc comment for the first time, I think, in this series. That where is this supposed to go? It kind of looks weird. Oh, I'll just. Oh, it's because I don't have the. Yay. Returns a new image, just so people know, and by people I mean me. Okay, cool. Anyway, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna maybe wrap up the video there while I was going to, but I remembered that I still need to do the other thing. And then one other thing I should mention is, get rid of that. One other thing I should mention is if you wanted to do one on like pressed or something, so image pressed, again, because this is so easy now, you can just do something like image pressed equal, you need to see how much less code that is. I mean, it's, you know, it's madness. We can do something like that, and then we can be like, we'll override pressed, and we'll set that equal to button.setImage. Whoa, what happened there? I was holding control down when I clicked again. Whoops. Button.setImage, image pressed, and I guess we'll also need released. So released, we'll set it back to image, I guess. All right, now we've got the whole thing. If we click, you can see it goes brighter. If we let go, we'll close it. But you can see if we click, it goes brighter, and then when we hover, it goes darker or something. So there we go. We've got a pretty cool thing going on, and it's really simple to do, as you can see. So awesome. I wonder, we probably don't even need these because they are created on the heap. So hopefully the references will persist. I have no idea because I'm not really an expert on how Java handles memory, but it is going to be a bit weird. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, we can. Okay, I don't know where it's tracking those references, but it is, so it's best. It's probably captured them. So everything's fine. So we can actually get rid of these. And we can do it the ultra risky way. This just feels weird to me, but it's probably fine. Because again, they'll be sitting there somewhere, and the garbage collector probably won't touch them. Hopefully, I mean, it might sometime in the future. Who knows? It's Java, but you can see that everything works perfectly. Now, if we click the mouse here, we don't want to shoot. Okay, but yet. But yet, you can see that the way that our mouse works, and the way that anything really works, is that we basically, you can see that when we click and we check to see if a button is clicked, it doesn't matter. Anywhere in our window where we click, we can query the get button, and it will return that. Now, the best way I can think of fixing that problem, and by best way, I really mean best way, okay? Because there are many ways you can fix that. One way you could be like, instantly you could just be like in the player class, if the button position is, if the button position X is greater than the beginning of that panel, then just, that doesn't count as pressing a button. You could do something as simple as that, and that will work well. But the proper way to do it would be to have an actual kind of event dispatcher system, right? An event handling system. So what that means is that you basically raise an event, and everyone that is subscribed to that event in a certain layer stack order will receive an event callback. So there'll be like an on-event method or just an event method or whatever. And then that will get called whenever there's an event. And then what happens there is you can actually return basically true or false. True means that you have handled the event. False means that you haven't handled the event. So if you're returning true, it means that any other layers in your stack do not receive that event. So in other words, in our stack, this panel would be higher in the stack than the rest of the game, because you can see it is literally on top of it. So we process the events for that first, even though we render it in reverse order. And then what happens is when we click here, we say that obviously if we have clicked and we've notified that the click has been inside the panel, then we basically return true from that event handling method, which means that other layers behind it won't actually receive the event, because otherwise if we return false, the event dispatcher will send it to the next layer in the stack, and it will keep going. So that's basically a quick overview of how an event dispatcher would work, and this is more or less how you would handle it in the real world. So if this was a real game, that's how we would do it. Excuse me. So if you guys want to see that, it's a bit complicated. It's not really complicated. It's actually really simple, but it's going to take like maybe 2 episodes or 3 episodes to do. And since this series is all about involving you guys, I am asking you if you want to see that. If you would rather see the minimap and we just go on with this and then just basically put in a hack that says that if the mouse pointer is, if the X is greater than the panel, then ignore it, then yeah, we could do something like that instead. Like, and again, that will literally be as simple as just saying where we do the update shooting, I think, right? Okay, so first of all, I don't even know what the X is, so it's like 660. So if that is greater than 660, return. Okay, and then suddenly, look, he doesn't shoot anymore when we're over here. I'm clicking. You can see I just closed the game, or I clicked on the hello button several times, and you can see it's not shooting, and then he does when you're here. So you can see that you could do something as simple as that, and that'll work. But if you guys want to see a bit of a professional-ish, I guess, implementation of a layer stack, not that it's really professional or anything, but I just mean that the proper way to handle this, then let me know in the comments below and I will pay attention to that. So that's going to pretty much wrap up this video. As always, you can support me on Patreon if you like, and for pledging $5 a month, if you pledge $5 or more per month, then you get access to all of the source code from game programming, and it's all versioned. So the cool thing about that is you can actually go to GitHub and you can see exactly the lines of code that I've changed with each episode, which is awesome. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.